Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been following the Washington Commanders this offseason, you already know that this team is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing, most talked about squads heading into the 2025 NFL season. And trust me, the news coming out today might just be the kind of move that could redefine their future, especially on the defensive front. We're talking about a potential trade that could bring a young, productive pass rusher into the fold, Kwity Paye from the Indianapolis Colts. And this isn't just some rumor, it's a well-considered prediction that could very well come true, and it's got huge implications for Washington's defense and their long-term plans. But before I get into all the details of this possible blockbuster move, let's take a moment to look at what makes the Commanders so unique this season. The team's roster, for starters, is unlike anything we've seen in recent NFL history. It's the oldest roster in league history with an average age that's staggering. We're talking about veterans like Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz, Austin Eckler, Terry McLaurin, and Laramie Tunsil, all of whom are at least 30 years old this season. That's right, the Commanders have assembled what's arguably the most experienced, but also the most aged team in the NFL. Now, some might see this as a disadvantage, but for a team that's built to win now, this veteran presence is invaluable. These guys know how to win, they've been through the battles, and they bring leadership, grit, and a sense of urgency to the locker room. However, this approach isn't without its risks. While the veterans are crucial for immediate success, long-term stability is also vital if Washington wants to become a perennial contender. That's why injecting some youth, especially on defense, is such an important part of their offseason plans. And here's where the trade rumors come into play. The team is looking to strengthen their pass rush, an area that's been somewhat of a weakness or at least a question mark in recent years. Despite having some talented players like Dorrance Armstrong, Von Miller, and Dietrich Wise Jr., the overall youth and consistency in that position group leave a lot to be desired. Armstrong, at 27, is the youngest among them and entering what should be his prime years. But the others, Miller and Wise, are already in their 30s, and that's not ideal if the team is aiming for a sustainable, aggressive pass rush. This brings us to the potential acquisition of Kwity Paye. Now, why Paye, you might ask? Well, for starters, he's only 26 years old and has already shown flashes of real promise during his NFL career. Since entering the league, Paye has been a consistent producer, logging at least 8 sacks in back-to-back seasons. That's no small feat, especially considering he's still in the early stages of his career and has room to grow. He's also recorded around 10 tackles for loss in multiple seasons, which indicates his ability to impact the game on multiple fronts, both rushing the passer and disrupting plays in the backfield. The Colts, on the other hand, are in a bit of a rebuild mode. With the addition of second-round rookie JT Tuimoloau, they're looking to develop their young talent and perhaps make room for new pieces. And that's where the rumors of a trade come into focus. According to Bleacher Report's Moe Moton, Washington might be interested in swapping a package of draft picks, potentially a 3rd and 5th rounder along with a 7th-round pick, to acquire Kwity Paye. The Colts could see this as an opportunity to accelerate their rebuild, especially since Paye is still developing, but has shown enough to be considered a valuable asset. Now, from Washington's perspective, this move makes a lot of sense. They need a young, versatile pass rusher who can line up on all 3 downs, contribute against the run, and push the quarterback, something that has been somewhat lacking in their current group. Paye fits that description perfectly. He's not a superstar yet, but he's a steady presence, and with a bit more development, he could be a double-digit sack threat in the coming years. Expect him to be a key piece in their defensive line, providing both pass-rushing punch and run-stopping ability. And let's not forget, Washington's defensive line is a crucial part of their identity. With the right pieces, they can become one of the most feared units in the league. The addition of a player like Paye could serve as a cornerstone for their future, especially considering the team's focus on building around Jaden Daniels, their promising young quarterback. Daniels, in his second year, is the centerpiece of this franchise's future, and surrounding him with a strong, young, and talented defense is essential if Washington wants to take the next step and seriously contend for playoff success and beyond. Now, looking at what Paye has done so far in his career, it's clear that he's on an upward trajectory. Over his 4 seasons, he's shown the ability to generate pressure, rack up sacks, and disrupt plays. His consistency is one of his biggest assets. He's never gone a season without recording multiple sacks, and he's proven that he can make an impact on the field. The Colts have been developing him, and moving forward with the right environment and coaching, Paye could become a true star pass rusher. His style fits perfectly with what the Commanders need: a reliable young defender who can evolve into a dominant force on the edge. Of course, acquiring Paye wouldn't come free. The Commanders would have to part with some valuable draft capital, but if the price stays around what Moe Motton has suggested, a 3rd and 5th round pick, plus a 7th, then this could be one of the smartest moves of the offseason. It's a low-risk, high-reward scenario. They get a player with proven production, room for growth, and immense potential, all at a reasonable cost. This kind of move could set the tone for their defensive rebuild, allowing them to focus on developing other young talents and creating a formidable front that can pressure quarterbacks consistently. Now, as we look ahead to the season, the potential impact of this trade, if it happens, could be huge. It's about more than just one player. It's about signaling to the rest of the league that Washington is serious about winning now and laying the groundwork for sustained success. The coaching staff, led by their innovative coordinators, would surely find ways to maximize Paye's talents and integrate him into their defensive schemes. The fans, of course, would be thrilled to see a young, dynamic pass rusher join the fold, bringing energy and excitement to FedEx Field every game day. And let's not forget that this move could also influence their division rivals in the NFC East. If Washington manages to shore up their pass rush and develop a more aggressive defense, it could throw a wrench into the plans of teams like the Eagles and Cowboys, who have traditionally dominated the division. A stronger, more balanced Washington team with a young edge rusher could become a serious threat in the NFC playoff picture, especially if their offense continues to develop under Jaden Daniels and their veteran leaders keep guiding the locker room. So, what does this all mean for the fans out there? Well, it's an exciting time. The potential acquisition of Kwity Paye not only addresses a key need on their roster, but also signals a confident, forward-looking approach by the front office. They're investing in youth, in talent, and in their future. It's about building a team that can compete at the highest levels for years to come. And for fans, that's what makes this season so intriguing. Will it happen? We'll see. But one thing is for sure, Washington is making bold moves and the energy in the fanbase is at an all-time high. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the season promises to be one of the most exciting in recent memory for the Commanders. With the core leadership, the young quarterback Jaden Daniels, and the potential addition of a player like Kwity Paye, the team is positioning itself for a strong push not only for the playoffs, but perhaps even a deep run. The defense, which has been a question mark for years, could finally become a real strength if they pull off this trade and properly develop Paye. Imagine a front line featuring Paye, along with the existing veterans, creating pressure on quarterbacks and forcing turnovers. That's the kind of defense that can carry a team through the playoffs. And the entire organization, from the coaching staff to the front office, is aware of the importance of this move. They know that a young, talented pass rusher can be the difference maker. It's about creating a balance, adding youth to complement their veteran leadership, maintaining their focus on winning now while also setting up for long-term success. The fans are eagerly waiting, and the anticipation is building. Will this trade happen? If it does, it could be one of the most pivotal moments in the franchise's recent history. So, to all the Commanders fans out there, keep your eyes peeled. The offseason is far from over, and the moves they're considering could shape the team's destiny for years to come. Whether it's on the field or in the front office, This is a team that's not afraid to take risks, to make bold decisions, and to aim for greatness. The future is bright, and the best is yet to come. Make sure you stay tuned for more updates because, believe me, this story is just getting started. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think acquiring Kwity Paye is the right move for the team? Would you be willing to part with some draft picks for a young, proven pass rusher? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this franchise. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This is your source for all things Commanders, and we're here to keep you in the loop as the offseason unfolds. Thanks for watching, and let's go Commanders!